A big talking point in wrestling these days is like, are the celebrities necessary? Are they a necessary evil in places like WWE and whatnot? And I think it's a pretty nuanced sort of thing to look at these days. It's a discussion that you can have if you're level-headed or not. I don't care. But I do want to say celebrities have been a part of WWE or wrestling, or well, we'll just keep it WWE for now, where it's like they've been a part of it in history for a while. Like if you want to go back to a long time ago, I think I saw like Mike Tyson back in like the Attitude Era, where like yeah, they were back there in the Attitude Era. We had, is it Cyndi Lauper in like WrestleMania 1 or something like that? Like we have had celebrities in places, and I think celebrities do help in the sense that they can bring mainstream attention that the WWE can't generate alone. Well, like wrestling can't generate alone. Granted, not all attention is good attention, but like it's especially tricky these days where wrestling companies aren't just competing with other wrestling companies. They're competing with all other forms of entertainment or media or something, right? And if there's something that can stop that scroll or something that can get you to look at it for just a little bit longer than you would have, I don't necessarily think it's a straight up bad thing. Granted, there are purists, and there's definitely a case to be said for just wanting to keep the art form that we all enjoy pure. We want to keep it so that the wrestlers are being shown. The wrestlers are being shown. The wrestlers are being shown. A lot of us, we roll our eyes and we don't want to see, you know, a long ass segment with like a random pop star or like a random rapper that like, you know, you aren't here for this wrestler's story. You aren't here for this wrestler's grind. You damn sure do not need to be here during this wrestler's retirement tour. But here you are. But I don't know, it is kind of nuanced though, because in that same sort of token, in that same sort of like light, there are some celebrities who genuinely care just as much about the art form, if not more, than we do. And they'll put their entire bodies and livelihoods on the line to, you know, dabble in our world for a little bit and show it the respect that it deserves. And they'll go out there, even if it's not the best, most technically sound match, they put in an effort, or they'll show respect to, you know, the entirety of this medium, and even opt to be the one to lose, to be the one to take a fall, to be the one to keep that little bit of, you know, magic that we still see in wrestling alive. And I respect that. I respect the fuck out of it. And then I start to think about, you know, the tourists or the people who pop into the business and instead of being like, you know, ass or a waste of time, they actually they hit the ground running with, like, say what you want about him. I know he's a scammer outside of it. He's like a heel in real life. Like, Logan Paul is an example of a celebrity that I see treats the business with the respect it deserves. Right? Because he's been on the fucking roster for like 5 years now. Like, bro, he is literally on the roster. He's not a guest anymore. He's been there for 5 fucking years. But when he goes out there, he puts on matches. He takes care of his opponents. He has spots. He has moments. He does the heel thing very well. Yeah, Bad Bunny, who was in there, he was putting in work, actually going in there wrestling and taking bonks and doing spots. I'm like, who the fuck told Bad Bunny, superstar, outside of this, superstar in the real world, to come into this little world and like show it the respect it deserves? That's cool to me. Celebrity involvement, it creates the viral clips that you probably need sometimes. Like, you never know who might go ahead and check out something just because they saw someone they liked who's in there. Like, my wife would look at me sometimes and be like, hey, did you know fucking IShowSpeed is gonna be on the wrestling today? She doesn't even watch wrestling, but she's like, you know, IShowSpeed is gonna be like, oh, okay, cool. You know, like, hey, sometimes you just need the casual gaze, right? Like, that's cool, man. I don't know if I could say they need celebrities though. Like, it's a definite, like, that I would feel like is more positives than negatives, but a negative that does come to mind is when, you know, a celebrity or a part-timer or something, whatever you want to call them, they come in and they overshadow or they take over a storyline, or they take over a sort of angle that did not need any sort of, outside interference or weird shit. And I'm looking at the Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes featuring Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll, and it starts to get muddled where it doesn't need to. And I think this example is a really good one, because when you look at Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, these are two wrestlers who, they have a storied history already. It's baked into what could have been a really phenomenal Mania match, right? But then you muddy it. You get someone who, has a following or something to be a mouthpiece. And in a situation where he doesn't need to be a mouthpiece, and he takes a lot of the heat for everything, but we didn't need that. We didn't. Fans of these wrestlers didn't need that. Fans of Pat McAfee didn't need that shit. What was that? What was that? What the hell? And it's nasty, because these segments, they sometimes take away too much from the shows too. Like, we're sitting there watching these hour-long programs. Looking half a day, you're watching wrestling sometimes, and then you got like a segment where like someone is a celebrity's out there with like a comedy wrestler, and they're just taking a little bit too long to get to the point. It's like awkward acting, like that Disney Channel or like CW tier acting, and it's like, God, please shoot me in the face. Put an end to this bullshit. Alright, no, I don't need it. I don't care for it. I don't like it. But yeah, once all that celebrity shit gets involved in it, it's like we're doing the shoehorning in. I'm not feeling it. And I think there's a big difference though between the cash grab celebrities and the respectful guests. If you had to distill it into like black and white, I think there are people who genuinely come through and train, and they get an understanding of the business, and they want to put their best foot forward, and they don't want to, dirty up the house once they get into it. They take a step into our world, and they look around and they go, you know what, this is really cool. This is great. They'll sit there and they'll train, or, they'll ask for a respectful way to do a certain thing, and they humble themselves. And I think it's cool to see a celebrity come in and humble themselves. And I've seen things where it's like, I reacted to it a while ago. Speed, he showed himself training with Randy Orton and a couple of the trainers in the Performance Center. And like, he was like, yo, I'm taking bumps for hours and this shit is no joke. I'm like, hell yeah, it's not. I'm glad that someone with an audience like that can show, that type of respect and love for the business, and, put a nice, helpful gaze on it without it being, controversies and shit like that. It's a slippery slope to get involved in it, and I feel like if you throw the wrong celebrity in the wrong spot, or you get a little overzealous, or you try to snatch at relevancy a little too hard, people are gonna notice, and it doesn't feel good. It's not a good feeling. I don't think that's a good one that we should be doing it. Personally, me, myself, when I look at it, I think you should stop that shit. I think, But, yeah, I would say overall, celebrities are not a necessary evil, but they are extremely helpful in the climate that we're in today. Where everything is kind of snatching at your attention or trying to get you to look its way. I feel like any little thing that can get you to stop scrolling, or at least check out, what we got going on in the wrestling world is a helpful thing. At this point in life, if you don't watch wrestling, or, you didn't watch wrestling, you probably had no interest in it. At least for its base elements. You probably didn't care too much for the performance, or you probably wrote it off as like, oh, the fights are fake, so why the fuck would I watch it? So maybe seeing someone that you personally like that's nowhere near associated with that world will get you to take a look at it. Like, for example, when you have, I don't know, Jey Uso pop up on a hip-hop oriented podcast, and you see Jey Uso beat up one of the hosts, you're like, whoa, what the fuck was that about? Who's this Jey Uso guy? It's modern day marketing. It's like, maybe I want to see what they're talking about, because the way he beat up this guy, maybe he beats up, So, you keep your eyes open. You kind of trying to let everybody. I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna hand over to you. How do you feel about celebrities in wrestling? I think I already know how the comment section will look in this video, so I'm probably not gonna respond to too many comments. But if you watch the thing all the way through, drop me a cherry emoji in your comment, and I'll give you a heart. I got a bonus Patreon with over 200 hours of content. It's free. You can check it out if you want to see me react to matches, these shows, etc., etc. But I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll see you in the next video, so take care of yourself and don't be weird. I mean it. Do not be weird. Thank you so much to those of you that have made it over to the Patreon. I appreciate you.
Trouble, that's me. Cherry lips and bad energy. Say it once, say it twice.